lovelies. Hello, this is the Not Quite Enough Distance vlog. My name's Lesley, and this is a weekly vlog, just bits and pieces, odd bit of crafting, but most of that goes into the podcast at month end. Hope you're all well. Thank you for all the responses to last week's adventures and leaving the county and all that sort of exciting stuff. Hope you're all doing okay. I am home alone with the dog this week. Himself is in Scotland. Our nephews are in a golf competition and he's gone to watch them. There's been a lot of toing and froing, as you can imagine. He's got his own QR code at the tournament so he can be checked in and out every day. These are the times in which we live. So yes, he's away all week. But having a nice time, I think, and good weather, which helps. So I'm just putting around at home, doing all the dog walks, so you might get a bit of footage of the odd flower or interesting bit of shrubbery. And yeah, just that's about it really. I'll take you along with me. Cheers. Hello lovelies, I think I'm suffering from a slightly wonky tripod, for which I apologise. Those of you who have been watching a while will remember that my whirly machine, on which I made some blankets, it helps if you've got a gap underneath it for the tube to drop through. And I was delighted because I had an extendable dining table up in the office, and I was able to take the central panel out, move the others together, and let the piece drop down in between them. This is great, using what I have, that's what we like. However, I have now used what I have, and that table is now my desk again. So this could potentially cause a bit of a conflict if I wanted to leave my machine set up and do some work. So I've been on the lookout for something. People in the past have very kindly offered commodes. Thank you. Nice. But I've been wondering about a small table and making a hole in it, or a wash stand, an old-fashioned wash stand that you would normally have a bowl in. And I was looking through my local Facebook buy and sell, free to good home, all those sorts of pages, and I came across this. Now, it was billed as a bedside table. It is not the prettiest bit of furniture that I've ever seen, but I'm sure you'll see why it appealed to me. And you can see what about it appealed to me. Now, I had and still have no idea, or little idea, as to how this was formed. I was hoping it was a piece screwed on underneath, and it looks like I've got lucky. So here is the piece underneath, which I'm about to attempt to take off. Now, there is a lot of glue in some of these things, and my fear is that it's glued on as well, in which case I may have to drill the hole. And I think I may need a new blade for my jigsaw, so that might not happen today, but we'll give it a go. this is turning into a right result. For something that was second hand and cost me £5 and going to get it, I have the perfect little table. Now folks have been very creative, and some people have got upturned bar stools that they use, which is another thing I was looking for. But this, oh, that makes me happy. This is just spot on. Yay! Very happy Lesley. Hello lovelies. Now I think it was Karen said she wanted to see my pop-up green screen in action. Now if I have my laptop at its normal place, you can see that it looks like I have a sort of angelic background. So I'm moving it closer so you can get the full effect. Obviously at the moment I don't have any backgrounds on, just the green screen, and you can still see a bit of gap there. But it's a bit of fun. So we can have a bit of fun with it. So the background I normally have is just a photo I took of the beach. Now you can see I have a lot of light still coming in. I never bothered with particularly light-proof curtains in this room because normally no one sleeps in here, so it's not a problem. But it's something I may have to think about. So that's one of the options. And of course, with the virtual backgrounds, you can just have a play. I can have a very sinister dog looking at me. Okay, so it's Heidi, but it could be a very sinister looking dog. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? I can be in the TARDIS. I can be Blackadder. I can be on the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. I can be out of space. I can be in The Simpsons. It's a lot of fun. So yes, I do need to sort out the light a bit, but apart from that, it's a bit of a giggle. Just while I'm here, some of you will have seen this on Instagram, but I've finished my rainbow crochet boxy that I started last month. All the details will be on the month end podcast. But look at this glorious rainbow. 2 rainbows. We have Knitting Goddess on the sleeves, Stranded Dye Works on the body, and this white and rainbow is from Chintz Pie Knits. So again, I will give all the deets on the month end podcast, but I have finished something and it feels a nice thing. It's good to finish stuff, isn't it? Cheers. Hello lovelies, it's Friday morning. Hair's all sticky up. He had it cut yesterday, so it's all a bit short and spiteful, but a bit of mousse will sort that out before I go out this afternoon. How are we? Hope you've had a good week. The weather here has gone from very dry and hot to very wet. During our knit night on Wednesday evening, the storm was coming in. And so we had people at various places, but we were Zooming each other, and some of us live quite near to each other. And it was quite weird kind of hearing the storm outside the window and coming through the computer. It was all rather strange, but entertaining. So, yes, all plodding on. Here's something that amused me yesterday evening on the dog walk. Can you hear these two? You're not sure what to make of it, are you, mate? Not long after I stopped recording, a van went past and one of the cats scarpered. And then I think I saw the other one on the next road over as I was doing the walk with the dog. So no cats were harmed in the filming of this podcast. So yes, Friday, I've got a ceremony this afternoon. Himself is back from Scotland this evening. Should be on his way now. I understand that there have been purchases for me. So I shall show you them next week. In terms of COVID rules, not entirely unexpected, but there was a change in the government's roadmap. The initial plan was that from Monday, next Monday, life would be back to normal, whatever that means, and that all restrictions would be lifted. Because of the growth in numbers with the Delta variant, that has been delayed for 4 weeks. Now, if you saw my podcast last week, you might think, well, what restrictions? Because there is a lot that we can do. But there are still restrictions on, for example, weddings. So they were saying that weddings, you could only have 30 people attending. They're now saying that you can have more than that. It's up to the venue to determine the safe number, depending on the size of the space. But they are advising against singing and dancing. Well, it's not a wedding until someone's done the Grease medley, is it? Grease lightning, go Grease lightning. So, you know, I think there is some thought needed there. Also, theatres aren't open, and there are still restrictions around other venues, so we shall see what happens. But at the moment, it's carrying on as we have been. So it means today himself will be travelling all day. He will have left Inverness at sort of before 8 o'clock this morning, and I'll pick him up about 6 o'clock this evening, and he will be wearing a mask all day, as are many employees and, you know, people who work in shops, in public facing spaces. I appreciate that's what you're doing all day, every day, but he's a retired man. He's not used to wearing a mask all day. So we shall see. But yeah, he'll be home hopefully safely, hopefully without too many delays. And then next week, nothing significant planned. Just same old, I think. So whatever does come around, I will record. But I just wish you all a very good week. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments. And take very good care of yourselves. Keep safe. Keep away from the Delta variant. And take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.